Alright guys, welcome back to Prophet Plays. I'm Tyler, also known as Prophet. Uh, and today we're going to continue our dive into Lantern Control. We're going to be going into Legacy now. Not a format you generally see the Lantern Control style decks in, but I like to try to make it work. This list is an adaptation of a Legacy list from Zach Elsick. From many years ago that I've kind of updated with some of the new toys that the archetype has gotten over the past few years. So, for our land base, we're blue-white here in Legacy instead of traditional green-black or green-black-X, usually white or blue, that you would see in Modern. So we do have Restoring Academy Ruins, because we are in blue and we have a lot of artifacts we want to get back. Really easy to use this in this format as opposed to the green, black, white, or straight green, black variants in Modern, where you have to have a rainbow land. We got a lot more basics in this list than you would see in Modern. We're basically dodging Wasteland here. And we also run back to basics in the sideboard. So we're running three islands and 4 plains here. Just the 2 tundras. Lots of fetch lands. We got 2 Misties, 2 Flooded Strands, and an Arid Mesa. The Arid Mesa is just a budget consideration for my rental service. Normally would be 3 Flooded Strands. We're also running 1 copy of Caracas, for the Reanimator matchup. Bounce, this bounces a Merit Lage, anything that we can't stop with a bridge or energy field. And we are running 4 Urza Sagas as well in this format. Just going to get all these 1-drop artifacts like you would in Modern. We do get to play with our old friend Mox Opal in this format, so we got 4 of those. A little bit of extra mana. Actually, with a Mox Opal, if we have the artifacts, we can turn to a Saga token, which is kind of nice. So we're also running 4 copies of Enlightened Tutor. Now we get that in Legacy, because we are running our fair share of enchantments in this list as well, that we'll get to in a moment. For our Lantern package, is pretty similar to what you'd see in Modern. We got the 4 Lanterns, 4 Codex Shredders. We're running a little bit more Mill Rocks in this. We got 2 Ghoulcaller's Bell, 2 Pixis, as opposed to the 2 Pixis with a 1-to-1 split that you'd probably see in Modern. And we are running 3 copies of Pithing Needle still. We also are only on 3 copies of Ensnaring Bridge because we do have the Enlightened Tutors to go find them. For our enchantment package here, we have 1 copy of Greater Oromancy, just protect all of our other enchantments, which are pretty important. We'll get to in a moment. We're running 3 copies of Rest in Peace. Great, with Reanimator seeing a lot of play in Modern or in Legacy right now. Great with the Delver list being more commonly, looking more like the Modern Murktide list than old school beloved Delver. Also combos great with a card in our deck, Energy Field. So Energy Field says we prevent all damage that be dealt to us by sources we don't control, but we have to sacrifice it if a card enters our graveyard. So with Rest in Peace out, nothing ever enters our graveyard, so Energy Field will stick around forever or until the Rest in Peace is gone. It also combos with the Helm of Obedience, so we're kind of a hybrid deck here between Lantern Control and the blue-white Helm deck, because we have the Helm of Obedience. We just pay 1 into the X, and no creature card or X amount of cards hits their graveyard, so the Helm of Obedience will just mill their entire deck, trying to fulfill its requirements, which is an automatic win. Activate the Helm with the Rest in Peace out and pass the turn, and they're milled out. We get removal in 2 copies of Unexpectedly Absent, so it basically puts an online permanent on top of its library just below the top X cards. It's 2 white and an X. And a lot of the times, if there's a permanent out there that's just giving us a lot of trouble, we can just pay 2 white and 0, put it directly on top of the opponent's library, and then we can just use a Shredder or a Bell or a Pixis and just get rid of it permanently. Now finally, we're running another new addition to the list, Narset Parter of Veils. Just because Legacy is such a ponder, brainstorm, etc. format, Narset helps shut that down and eliminate some of that instant speed draw that can give Lantern a lot of trouble. Over in our sideboard here, we have the aforementioned Back to Basics, really great against the land matchup. Any deck that's running, a solid amount of non-basic lands, which is very common in Legacy. Running a copy of Peacekeeper, just a 1/1 for 3. Now we got to pay 1 and a white or upkeep, or we have to sacrifice it, but creatures can't attack. So basically, you got Energy Field plus Bridge for 7 protection effects in the main deck, and if we really feel we need it, especially post board when people are taking out their creature removal, we can bring in Peacekeeper as another way to stop creature attacks and damage that way. We got 1 copy of Council's Judgment. This is just kind of a throwback to when what's the name? True Name Nemesis was popular in Legacy. Still seen some play. I think I've played this deck a couple times and run into it once or twice. We get a little bit of counterspell magic over here, and a spell pierce and a swan song. We get 2 copies of Vendilion Click. Just take a look at the opponent's hand, pick something away. Meddling Mage, a lot of fun. The way that if you know the opponent has 1 silver bullet card against us, when we play Meddling Mage, name that card, and it's no longer a problem for us. And then over here we get back to our old modern type sideboard shenanigans. 2 copies of Welding Jar, Seiju's still in the format. Copy of Grafdigger's Cage, just another piece for oops all spells, Mentalist Dredge, regular Dredge, Reanimator. Just a really good piece to have around if we don't have Rest in Peace. 2 copies of Damping Sphere for the Cloud Post matchup, and 2 copies of Torpor Orb because, those Modern Horizons elementals are legal in Legacy too, so just want to be able to shut down any of those pesky enter the battlefield abilities. So that's the list. I will have the deck list posted in the comments here, and let's go get some games in.